Okay, folks, welcome to another podcast of Hunting for Glory. I think this is episode, 18 or 19. We've been rolling pretty good, but got a couple special guests here today. Got my cousin over here, Danny Roark Jr. There was a senior that you have seen on the podcast. And then we decided to bring on another guy who got a really nice head of hair. Aiardo, am I correct there?
That's close enough. Yeah.
Okay. Another one of my good fishing buddies, good friend of mine. His son and my son are very, very tight friends, and we have become very tight friends over the years. But we're going to talk about a bunch of different things here. What I really want to get into in a little bit is about they are both firefighters, so you might hear some really cool stories here. But honestly, though, we've been fishing together for the last couple of years. You started going to Canada. When was the first time you went to Canada with us?
22 or 23?
Yeah. You brought Og.
Yeah.
And then we went, and then you're hooked now, right?
Oh, yeah. We're locked in every year.
Yeah. And you've been going what? Me, you, and your dad.
Yeah. I don't even know.
10?
There was a pause during COVID and all
COVID.
that stuff, but
we didn't want to get the
10.
old shot.
It's
so
8 to 10.
8 to 10,
trips, yeah.
But we've been, we go to Confusion. We've been what? We've been to Confusion. Well, you've been to Confusion and what?
We've been to Confusion a couple times, and then we went to
Portal when it was
Portal.
super.
It was
when it was
hot.
108 for 3 days.
Yes.
What happened in Portal, though, the first day?
We caught all the fish.
No. Everybody caught fish. Slow down. What happened the first day?
I don't remember what happened.
You caught that big one, remember?
Was that day 1 or 2?
That was day 1.
Yeah.
I thought.
Oh, his pike.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have mounted that one.
You still got the chance.
I still have it.
I don't know what you're waiting for.
But
That was a big
was
fish.
good. That was a 43 pike.
That's what, your biggest?
That's the biggest pike.
Og's waving over there, 42, right, Og? Regardless, 42, 43.
It was big.
That's a big pike.
It was thick.
Yeah.
But you two been, the last couple of years fishing. I mean, we went into Confusion, 2 years ago? Me and George didn't catch shit for muskie, maybe little ones, but you put a nice one in the boat.
Yeah, I got a 45.
It was a big fish, too.
And then like an hour later, Uncle Danny, they rolled past, and he's like, nonchalant. He's like, we got a 46. And I thought he was just busting my chops.
Yeah.
And then we got back to camp, and he showed me the picture, and he's like, yeah, he got a 46 an hour after I got the 45.
And you got what?
But I got a 46 and a half out of Confusion, so I'm still better than
Not on that trip, though.
Not that.
Not on that trip. I wasn't on that trip.
Yeah, you were.
No, not that trip that he caught. Not with him.
The trip you caught the 45? Yeah,
No, that
you
was a
weren't
different
there?
year.
Oh, you were there.
Yeah, we're there. You caught the 40 and the 44. Because your dad caught the 46 and you caught the 44 in the same half hour.
Yeah. There's a picture, like a split picture. You and your dad. You got your musk, he's got his. Yeah, it was in 20 or 30 minutes of each other.
Then I'm thinking of my 46 and a half was a different trip, though.
Oh, yeah. That was
Yeah.
That was the first time we were in Confusion Lake.
Yes.
I think we pulled 7 muskies out of there between 38 and 46 and a half. And I caught that 40-incher off the dock on the first cast when we got there. We're like, oh, my God, this trip's going to be unbelievable. But we were figuring out where the muskies were. We couldn't catch them. And then we just kept going to those bays where they were. And then we just eventually, by the end of the week, we picked them all off. But those fish there, though, you have to admit, I mean, we all fish and we do muskie fishing. I mean, we're not hardcore as a lot of other people, but those fish in that lake are just big. Like a 45-incher in Confusion, don't you think is bigger than, I mean, besides
They're
the
very thick. Those
Yeah.
fish. They're
Yeah.
the walleye, lake trout, everything in that lake is thick.
just big. We should probably stop talking about this lake. She's going to tell everybody about it.
Oh, we got it mapped out now everywhere.
Oh, yeah, we got it dialed pretty good. But when we went in moose hunting last year, you caught a couple other nice pike, too. And then this year,
Yeah.
you caught another big pike.
I got a 40.
That was a fat
Biggest
one, too.
pike I've ever caught.
Yeah. Those are big fish, so you two have been on fire, so I don't think I'm inviting you guys anymore. But at least George did a little redemption for us this year, so.
Well, I think, George's was...
Yeah, got us on the board. I've been a little slow the last couple of years, but my luck will change. But besides that, no, you both are firefighters. So I got a lot of questions about that. I know Gramps was firefighter. What was Gramps? Captain
He's a captain.
in the city.
Yep.
Cabrini Green, correct?
No, well, he was a lieutenant at the time when he was in Cabrini. He was Engine 4.
Okay.
And then he was the truck 14 captain. That's what he
Okay.
retired as.
And he got burned up pretty good that one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only seen pictures. I don't think I was old enough.
Yeah, you were young. My mom's got the newspaper clippings, or your
Yep.
dad does.
Yeah,
But did that have anything? Did that? Okay, so, did that inspire you to be a fireman? Like, what inspired you to be a fireman? Like, why did you guys want to become firemen? You know, like, why did you want to become a firefighter? Was there any certain thing that inspired you, or just?
I don't know if there was one thing in particular. It was like, that's kind of like what I always wanted to do. Like, I had like a little idea that I wanted to be a cop, and my grandfather was a Cook County sheriff, and he told me from when I was 3 years old, you don't want to be a cop. Like,
Yeah.
And then I watched Backdraft so many times as a kid. I'd break the VHS.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm
A
like,
good movie.
it is. They say it's the greatest job in the world. Like,
Yeah.
but it really is. I love it. I couldn't see myself doing anything else.
Why do you love it?
It's never the same every day, right? Like, you work
Yeah.
the same hours, but every day's never the same, right? Like, it's not. You never look at the clock, right? 'Cause
Okay.
we work 24 hours, so it's not like an office job where you're like, it's only 9 o'clock, it's only 1 o'clock.
Right.
You never look at the clock, like, unless you're documenting something. Like, you don't look at the clock all day, like, oh, I got 20 more hours to go. It's not like that. It's like,
You
I
get
don't
a
know how
call,
to
you
describe
go,
that.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, you guys, a lot of camaraderie in it too, because you guys
Oh,
all
yeah.
cook together, and
We live together,
Yeah.
a third of our lives. You're with those guys, and
So you're 24 on, 48 off.
yeah.
Same with you.
Yep.
Is that all departments, or is it?
Not everything. Not everyone is the same.
So no one's ever on 48.
Majority of departments in our area in Illinois are 24/48s. Some of them are changing their schedules, but that's all contingent on manpower and stuff too.
So you won't work consecutive days in a row, will you?
You can, yeah.
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 You could work a double, you get forced. Or
Yeah, the
overtime.
most the most we're allowed to work is only 48 hours.
Because what? You'll be tired, and like, okay, we know it's hotter than shit out right
Well,
now. Like, that's got to put a lot of pressure
if
on
you
you guys
work-
if you have to,
yeah. If you're working more than 48, you're working, the 3 days.
Yeah.
And you're back on your own shift, so you're there for 4 or 5 days then. You have to have that a minimum of a 24-hour break.
And you guys too can do other jobs, correct? Like, I know you do carpentry or whatever. And
Yeah, everyone kind of has something else on the side.
most firefighters do, correct? Okay. To make more income, and but
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be tired.
Some
Yeah.
days, you go home tired, but it's
Yeah. So what's the schooling like? Okay, say you come out of high school or college, and whatever you do, you don't go to college for being a firefighter, do you?
it depends on the place. Some places
could.
you need
Yeah.
to have college.
Essentially, a lot of departments are hiring with no other than a high school diploma or GED, right? They're going to send you to the fire academy, which is 9 weeks, depending on what academy you're going to, and then you got to get your EMT basic, which is another 6 months, and then your paramedic. So all departments
Different.
are fire medics.
Are you guys fire medics?
We are not. We're firefighter EMT. I'm a medic, but I was a medic before. I was a fireman. But like you said, some places require it, some don't.
So
Most
not
of the places you have to be both.
Yeah.
okay, most, but
Majority.
not every firefighter has to be a medic, correct? When you say medic, you're an EMT. You go on the ambulance, correct?
Yep.
Okay. And so when you go into your shift, do they
Depends
say
on the structure of the department.
okay?
Most departments, suburban departments, you have to be a fire medic. It's we're not the city of Chicago where you can have just fire or just EMS.
Yeah.
Because you could pay somebody. Obviously you're paying them that to be both. They're compensated to be both,
So
but it's cheaper than paying two different people or two different
Right.
departments in a lot of these smaller municipalities
okay.
or even protection districts or whatever.
How many people? I mean, I guess it matters on the city. How many guys are you working with on your shift?
On my engine, usually we have 4. The summer is a little tighter. We probably run 3 all summer.
On your 24-hour shift?
Yeah, 3 guys on the engine.
Yeah. And there's no other fire?
What's your minimum like station?
My station minimum
Yeah.
is 6 with the ambo.
Oh, I got 6 people.
So it's 6 of you all in the
Yeah,
house.
for 24 hours. Yeah,
Yeah, there's 2 or 3 on the ambulance and then 2 or 3 on the
2
fire
on
engine.
the ambulance, 3 on the engine. The minimum on the squad would be 1.
So every call, do you have to take the engine?
It depends what it is.
Okay.
So I mean, I'm on the engine strictly. So wherever I go, it's with the engine. But
You don't drive the engine? do you?
No.
There's a specific guy that has to drive? No?
It depends on the department. That's another departmental
Department
thing, too.
specific.
Some departments have tested positions as an engineer.
Okay.
Others don't.
So they're considered an engineer?
Yeah.
The guy that
FAE.
drives the truck. Okay. And then, like, you guys all have
Drives
your...
the engine because the truck is different. The truck's ladders.
Okay, so explain that. I don't know.
The engine has the hose and water.
Yeah.
Truck has the ladder and the tools.
Okay, so they're 2 different things.
2 different functions.
So
2
those are
different
the
vehicles.
main vehicles that you drive when you go to a fire?
Mhm.
Just the truck and the engine? Nothing else, right?
The
And then-
squad. The squad comes. The squad is just basically our. Every department's different too with that. Our squad is just a big toolbox.
Okay.
So it's got a lot of tools on there that you don't have on the engine, and some stuff you'd have on a truck, but more advanced.
So, all right, here's another question. What is the most... Like, you get a call, and you're like, what call do you actually get excited about? Or do you? I mean, I don't know. Like, is there a call that you like better? I mean, obviously, you don't want to see any death, but is there any calls that you, like, sort of get excited about to do your job?
Fire.
Yeah,
Like, you're not scared when you go into a burning building? And
I think everyone's scared. If you're not scared, you're not really paying attention to the consequences of what could happen.
yeah.
But that you can't let that stop you.
So that a fire is basically, you guys get basically excited
Yeah,
to put
but-
out a fire.
But 80% of the fire service is EMS.
What's EMS? I don't know that.
The
That's
ambulance.
the ambulance stuff.
Ambulance.
Yeah, paramedics and all that.
So most of your calls are on the
Yeah,
ambulance.
everybody's done a good job as far as fire prevention and all that
Yeah.
stuff. We don't get the fires we did 15, 20 years ago.
Why is that?
I would say fire prevention and education, public
Yeah.
about dangers of fire and certain things. And, we go into schools and teach
Yeah.
kids, fire prevention from kindergarten on. They're getting some sort of, fireman interaction in schools.
So don't play with matches, you mean?
Yeah, I don't play.
No matches?
No matches.
No gasoline or lighter?
Especially for you. No,
Yeah.
no gasoline, no matches.
I like fire, but not that way. All right, so how much schooling did you guys do? I know we went into the, like, you did 6 months EMT and you do 9 weeks to fire academy. So you do that. How do you get accepted as a fireman?
Most places you have to be hired first before you go to the academy. And
Okay,
that
so why would
department-
they hire you? That's my question. So,
Whatever their requirements were. If you meet their minimum requirements, you take the test, and
Yes.
then you're scored.
Okay, and then
you
you
have
pay-
an interview, background check. And then you're placed on a list based on your points.
and then if they're hiring, they hire you and then put you into the academy and all that.
So where I'm at, we just hired a guy and he just started the fire academy last Monday.
Do they pay for that, or do you
Yeah.
guys have to pay for that?
No, they're you're paid as on the job.
You're paid on the job.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good thing.
So that's the perfect thing about the fires. They're going to pay you to go do all your schooling.
Oh, that's
All your specialty training and all that. You're going to get.
so you're not buried in college debt.
No.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Plus, you guys got good benefits too, and all that. I mean, probably the best, right?
Yeah.
Some of the best, right? And a pension.
Yeah. What? Some people look at the pension like, oh my God, look at all this money. But, we put so much effort and energy into other people for our whole career.
Right.
So everything we get, obviously, is 100% has been earned by the actions of our careers, right? But yeah, benefits are good. Your schooling is paid for. The fire service right now is lacking in manpower nationwide.
Just like the trades.
Right.
Nationwide.
Right,
You
exactly. Nobody wants a job anymore. I mean, when you were testing, I'm sure, like it was for
It was
everybody.
horrible.
Sometimes, like my buddy took the test at a right outside of Chicago, big city right outside of Chicago. When he took the test, there was 800 people.
Yep.
He was the only guy that got hired off that list.
Yeah.
800 people took the test.
I remember.
Now, have to extend the application period. They're getting rid of prereqs. I mean, everyone, fire, police, they're getting rid of all these things they wanted you to
They're
have.
going
because
to
they gotta
like
get
a
people in the
rolling
door.
list system. So statutory, and you have to have a hiring list and maintain a hiring list for 2 years, right? Now we're rolling through the amount of people on these lists. They're just okay. That one's expired. Let's just start a new one. And they're using testing companies where you take your test online and essentially you can submit your scores for your test to the departments that you want. And then you get onto those lists and you can potentially get hired off those lists. But they're always rolling because there's not enough bodies.
No one's taking, like, they're not, you get hired, they're not taking
I don't
it,
know.
right?
Right. Well, maybe there's a big turnover in retirements and stuff, but 20 years ago, taking tests with 800 people or taking a consortium of 500 people for 0 openings, you took the test just to get better at the test. Now, or cousin Nicholas, I told him, I said, dude, you had the pick of the litter. You can go anywhere you want to go if you test well. I mean, because
Right.
you can do that.
If you test well.
Well, I mean, yeah, you still have to be
Yeah,
competent.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, shit. I mean, I get that.
But I mean, you have the pick of the litter.
Right. So if you test well, you can choose. You have the option to choose where you want to go.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
kind of
and that's the kids nowadays. They beggars can be choosers. They're not
Yeah.
begging because there's so many opportunity out there. They can go and they can look at our contracts, and they can be like, all right, well, they top out in 8 years. Well, they top out at this in 5 years. Pfft, I'm going here. Or they've got better health insurance or this or that. Like you can be picky choosy and find what you actually really want. So it's hard now. Now we're all competing against each other because I want people to come.
Forgot to turn the phone off. Bad idea. But
I
go
want
on.
people to come work for me, but he's still looking for guys too.
These kids are kind of, and I say kids, but these guys that are coming on the job, they're jumping around because they're doing exactly what Danny
Yeah.
said. Well,
So you
all right,
got-
I'm working here and I'm doing, 15 runs a day for X amount of dollars. I can go over there, and do half the work for 30,000 more. I'm gonna go over there,
Yeah.
right? And then in 2 years, something else comes along, and they're like, you know what? I'm gonna go over there.
How can you
And
depend
it
on
was
someone
never
like
like that
though?
before.
Yeah. And now you have to think about retention. How do we try and retain these people or this, And then sometimes you end up trying to keep people. You end up with someone who shouldn't be there, But
So there's a question. So you're going into burning buildings and you're saving people's lives when you do that. Is there you really have to trust the guys you're working with? Like, obviously you guys are brave, but you got to go with a guy that's got balls. He's got to be brave. Like, he's got to have your back, right? Like,
Yeah.
the guys you work with, you really got to trust, right? I mean, it's not like another job. Like, I could see maybe this pertaining to like being a cop, your partner, but basically the guys you work with are your partners, right? So you go into stuff, you really have to trust these guys, correct?
yeah.
I mean, you ever questioned anybody? Like, does this
No,
guy
not-
got it, or is he gonna have my back? Or
You,
if I-
you learn a lot about other people, and you learn a lot about yourself on the training ground, right? When
Yeah.
I think that's how you build trust, and they got to trust you too. And
Right.
you guys are doing a lot of runs right together, and you're drilling a lot together. You kind of over time comes natural. Like
You build a relationship and you
Right.
build a trust, but
You're living with these people 1/3 of the whole year.
yeah, I feel
You
sorry
know,
for the guys that
you're-
live with you guys for fucking 24 hours. But
And
whatever.
if
Did I
there's an
say that?
issue, you kind of nip it in the butt as a shift and
Yeah.
deal with.
Well, you sit someone down and you talk to them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys all have what are the rankings anyways in the fire department? I know there's lieutenant, but what technically are the?
so, there's firefighter, paramedic,
Yeah,
lieutenant, captain,
is next up.
yeah,
Okay.
battalion chief. You could have deputy chiefs of different things.
So lieutenant chief runs the crew.
Lieutenant runs like whatever company. So
When you say company, what do you
like that engine,
Okay,
if he's on
okay.
an engine or that truck or
Okay.
that squad.
mean? So he runs like 6 of you together. He's the head guy.
Yeah.
And then he reports to who?
It depends what the situation is, but the next up in rank would be captain, and he kind of does the same thing. Like he'd be in charge of whatever, he was on, plus like usually that house.
Okay.
So if we all worked in the same house, me and you were lieutenants, he'd be the captain, the third guy, like.
Yeah.
But everyone does it differently. So some people have their captains, like they act as battalion chiefs. They're in their own car.
Yeah.
And kind of running things from there.
And then
everywhere's different.
And then there's a what? Who is the head? The deputy chief is the head guy?
No, chief, like
Fire
chief of
chief.
department.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he's chief of the whole department of the whole city
5
or
bugles.
suburb or whatever.
Yeah.
And he basically makes the calls, correct? When you go into a fire,
Well,
who makes the call when you go into a fire?
it would probably the battalion. The battalion is going to be the one who's responding with.
The guy that's running the crew.
He's running that incident. You'll
Yeah.
get the chiefs come in and assist in other roles. Some may take over as instant command.
Yeah.
But majority of the time, majority of calls, you've got your engine coming with your lieutenant and your firefighter.
Yeah.
Your battalion, now they're instant command and there's a chain of command.
And then they say, okay, hey, we got to make a call. How are we going to control this or do what we got to do to fix the problem, correct?
Right.
You're relying on, because it goes down. Battalion's sitting in a car
Shit
outside.
runs down a hill, right?
The healer relying on the lieutenant to relay these things and, kind of game plan over a radio, essentially.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask this question. And, I'm going to do it in two parts. So what is the most rewarding thing or you've had from your job, and what is the worst thing you've seen? So you guys can answer it any way you want, and I'm sure you guys seen some nasty shit. Now I'm gonna say nasty shit. You guys got to have iron stomachs because you probably deal with a lot more shit than everybody else does. But all right? Let's start off with the good thing. What was the most rewarding thing you've done, like in an incident?
The most rewarding thing I think from any run is like when you make any kind of impact, right?
Yeah.
Like people won't always remember what you say or what you did, but they'll always remember how you made them feel.
Yeah.
So like, we had a terrible fire one time. Everything this lady owned was destroyed.
Yeah.
But we were able to save her wedding picture from the basement.
Okay.
Like,
So
she'll never forget that. Like,
Yeah.
Anytime you can make an impact, like no matter how small, you know what I mean? Because they'll never forget that. Like,
Yeah. So you
obviously you want to make a grab right out of a fire.
yeah.
You want to make a save, or
Yeah.
you want to have a cardiac arrest. Be discharged from the hospital, but
Yeah.
that doesn't always happen. But if you can make them feel, there was a captain in New York, and I always say, like, he always said, treat everyone like, trapped, injured, dying, or dead, like they're your family.
Say that again.
Treat anyone trapped, injured, dying, or dead like they're your family,
Okay.
and you'll never have a problem.
Mm.
And so, like, any kind of impact you can make on them, like, no matter how small it may seem, like when they call us, they're not calling us to party. They're calling us because they're they're having a terrible day.
Yeah.
So if you can make anything you could do to make them better or make them feel better, or
What about you?
Just be able to show a lot of compassion. That's what you need to agree with everything he said,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just one particular call here and there. Why do we do our job? It's the cumulative effects of, being able to provide and help someone in their, because they're calling 911 for us.
Yeah.
They're in the worst of their worst.
Right.
Most of the time.
So it's very rewarding.
Yeah, that's.
You got how much money you make. I will never ask that question. I don't really care. And I think firefighters and cops should probably make the most money on anybody, and they don't. I think they should make more money than, sorry, I'm going to say it, than doctors. But, doctors do save lives as well. I'm not saying anything against doctors, but
they go to school for a lot longer.
Yeah, I know. And they got a lot more debt. But no, I don't think you guys are paid well enough. I disagree with a lot of things, and my opinion probably doesn't really matter. But you're in the service industry. You're in the industry of saving lives. So I don't think you should put necessarily a number on it, right? I don't agree with a lot of things that are going on. Like, sports is great and dandy, and I love sports, but I don't agree with what they're getting paid. I think the money should be given to people like firefighter in the service industry that are saving lives. Like, I don't mind that doctors make a lot of money. I don't give a shit. They're trying to, but you guys are trying to do the same thing. So I really do believe that it should be, you should get paid for, you should get paid for, what you do. And I don't know. But let's go into the, okay. Like I said, I'm going to ask it. What's some of the worst shit you've ever seen? And you don't have to get into detail. You don't have to say any names, but you've had to had some stuff where you've maybe come to tears, or there's been some bad stuff.
So I got to mention it though. I know we're on the Hunting for Glory podcast, but two of my good friends,
say whatever you want.
They run a podcast called Chicago's Bravest Stories.
Yes,
and so they've asked me to come on a couple times.
Yeah.
I know the story they want. It's the night my dad died. I was the first one there. I was on the call, and they, so I can't give you that whole story. I told them I'd save that for them. But,
that's fine.
There was one time, I don't know how to say it. They called 911.
Yeah,
and they had a very young child that had passed.
Yeah,
and they waited a certain amount of time to call, but they had all the proper paperwork. The child was born very sick.
Yeah,
binders worth of meds,
bad health,
bad health and stuff like that, and so they waited to call, because they didn't want anything unnecessary done to the child.
Yeah,
they had all the proper paperwork, but when we got there, the family didn't really speak good English, and they had asked me to call the child's doctor. After we did our thing, we pronounced the baby with the time of death.
Yeah.
So we called their doctor. It was like maybe midnight or something like that, and we left a message, and she called us right back. And we told her what happened, and but then the family didn't want us to leave. They wanted us to stay and pray with them. And
that's cool.
We did. We stayed for 20 minutes, and they did this prayer, and it was,
it felt good. I mean,
it didn't feel good, but it was like, they were at peace, and if we could help them, like I said, you make an impact, If we would have picked up our stuff and said, no, we don't do that, and left, they would always remember that,
Correct. Yeah.
So, they lost their child, but they, we stayed with them, did whatever we could. We made the phone calls for them. We, did the prayer thing. And
you comforted them. You gave them, like you said, compassion. You
right.
gave them, you gave them something that they needed at the time. They needed you to be there and sit there for the prayer for 20 minutes. I mean, you really think 20 minutes is going to fucking kill you?
No.
It's not.
No.
And they, like you said, they remember that. And that's very, very important, because 99% of people in this world don't give a shit. I mean, maybe I'll make the percentage a little less, but a lot of people don't really. I mean, I don't know. It is what it is, but what about you?
I got sent home one time in my career, and I won't go into details, but I had a newborn home.
Yeah.
Home Wyatt was probably 7 weeks old.
Yeah.
And I had a really bad car wreck with a kid in it that we had to work to the hospital. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, that sucks to see that. So that makes you. I have to say, it makes you guys strong to see that stuff. And then, like you said, Wyatt was 7 weeks old, so
it's freaking crazy.
It probably woke you up a little bit. Like, fuck, that could have been me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you never know that. So you guys see shit, and it probably teaches you something about your family. And you look back and like, you know what I'm looking at and what I'm seeing. I have to say it probably does make you into, obviously makes you into a better person, but probably makes you a little bit more of a protector of your family, or tries to make you respect things a little bit more, I think. You respect life.
You've seen bad things, right? So you know what could go wrong.
Yeah.
And my wife, that drives her nuts about me. You could see the writing on the wall, right? When you're somewhere and it's time to go, all right, it's and then we don't go, and then something bad happens, right? Like somebody gets hurt or falls, or I'm like, I saw this coming 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
It was time to go.
I think it probably makes you a better dad. I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't. Like you said, you're more aware.
Your kids are a little younger, right, than mine, so it's like
7 and 9.
Yeah, I don't I don't tell them everything, but I don't shield them either. Like,
No.
Og knows like the world's a bad place. Like,
Yeah.
there's
The only
bad
thing you do
people
is
out there and bad things happen. Like,
You do tell them to wash their hands a lot, but that's okay. Wash your hands.
that's hygiene with your hands, no laughing matter.
No, but I mean, it's true. And what you're saying, you can only put up what? You can only protect them for so long, correct? You can always tell them,
Right.
I mean, like our kids are now, August 16, Georgia 16, they're driving. And don't
Right.
tell me you ain't worrying about
It's
that.
scary.
I'm
It's
scared
scary.
shitless.
Right. I mean, I'm not. Even if you don't worry about them, right? It's all the other stuff out there.
Yes.
Right.
It's all the other people.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think there's been laws on the road since COVID. Like, every day I go to work, there's people in oncoming traffic turning on red. Like,
Yeah.
I
There's
worry about
no
them.
shortage of job security when it comes to our careers.
Yeah. No.
People are dumb.
No. For sure. I agree with that.
The person is smart, right? Like a single person by themselves.
Yeah.
But once you get people in the groups, forget it.
What, in the car?
No, like just in general in public. Like,
Oh, yeah. I mean, look what's going on. I'm not even going to get into that, but that could be a whole nother conversation. So, no, but, so I got to ask too. So you were talking about, when did you get into that accident?
2012.
You knew about that, right?
the motorcycle.
Yeah.
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 2012.
2012.
Good Friday, April 6th, 2012.
Yeah. What'd you learn from that?
What did I learn from that?
Yeah, I mean, you're a firefighter, so that's I mean I don't want to put you on the spot or anything, but I mean you're a firefighter, so you see you've been in that
Were
situation.
you on the job already when that happened?
I wasn't where I'm currently at right now, but yeah, I was
Okay.
working full time. I was working a full time contract. Biggest thing, you don't take life for granted. It's it could go any minute.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
that was a big thing because you never know. Like, really.
It could be gone in a New York second, right?
Yeah.
You never know. So, all right. Here's another question. So with this heat, I mean it's 100 degrees. And you guys going into these fires or whatever you're doing, you got to put on those suits. How much do those suits weigh, anyways?
Depends what brand. Like, it's just like hunting gear,
Yeah.
or fishing gear, right? Depends what brand you get, what model you get, how you
Yeah.
spec it. But they're all pretty warm. It's like,
It's meant to keep the heat and stuff off of you, so
Right.
therefore when you put it on, it's hot.
Right.
I mean, I'll tell you, when we was in the hundreds and we were going to a fire alarm or this or that, I mean, we weren't gearing up all the way because.
Yeah, but a
I can
fire
put my
com-
jacket on when we get there. You don't need to bake all the way to the. call.
Right,
You
but
know,
when a fire
kinda-
comes on, you got to totally suit up, right?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's like wearing a garbage
and go
bag.
into that fire at 1,200 plus degrees.
1,200?
I mean,
Not at the floor.
yeah.
Okay,
Not
so
really,
that,
but the
that
fire
good.
is hot.
No, I'm glad you're
room,
saying
it's-
that. So, okay, you're saying 1,200 degrees, and you're saying not at the floor. So, when you go into a fire,
My heat rises. That's why,
Okay, yeah,
That's
yeah,
why.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
why
yeah,
they teach
yeah.
kids to get low and crawl.
yeah,
We're gonna have to, obviously, when the cameras go off, we're gonna have to
Stop,
go
drop,
over all this stuff too.
no, but you say at the floor,
Right, that's where it's gonna be the coolest, the cleaner air is.
yeah.
You want to be down there.
So, if there is a fire in your house, what's the best way to get the fuck out? I mean,
People
every
are always
fire's
gonna go the way they normally go. Right?
Okay.
So whether that's if people go through their garage,
yeah,
the common person is gonna be like, oh, the fire's here. I'm gonna crawl here and go out the front door. They're gonna go to the way they come and go every day.
okay,
Right? They're not gonna think like, I mean, hopefully you'd have your wits about you to go out
right.
the fastest way, but some people don't do that. They go out the way they came, even if it's, further distance or.
Do you
Okay.
use your front door very often?
I do,
you
but most of
probably
the
walk
time we
down
go out the
stairs
garage.
and go straight out the garage. So
Basically, yeah.
If you were going to go somewhere, exactly, you'd be going that way, right past your front door.
Yeah.
Is what I think is the point you're trying to make, right?
Yes. Yeah.
We're programmed, basically.
Right.
That's what you're saying. So, if tragedy does come or a fire does come, you're programmed to think
Right. Well, I think you're a little different. You might, in a situation like that, I think you'd be like, hey, we're going to go out the front door, right?
Well, I've
But
been in a lot of
that's
fucked up situations.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But,
Yeah.
Joe Blow down the street, he
Yeah,
might
yeah.
not think like that, and he's going to go the way he always goes.
So, do most people in a fire die from? Are the percentages better from smoke inhalation, or
More people die from smoke inhalation.
from smoke inhalation?
Yeah.
So, how much time do you?
They're suffocating. They're not burning up.
They're stuck in there and they're just eating all the smoke, and that's
Right.
it. It
Right.
burns
No
up your
oxygen.
and you're done.
Everything is plastic. Liquid gasoline.
Burns faster, burns hotter. Grandpa Roark,
Yeah.
he was the captain, but they nicknamed him was a smoke eater. But back 50, 60 years ago,
Is that why that was your thing
yeah,
on Instagram?
yeah, my email address.
Yeah.
had
It's like, what the
that
fuck
in
is
it,
a
but,
smoke eater for?
He, things burning back then were all Class A's, just normal wood.
Wood.
Yeah.
Right?
He didn't have, plastic chairs and, all these other things. So things burn faster and hotter now. Things.
There's more chemicals in the air.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're not just worried about not having oxygen. You're worried about the hydrogen cyanide, hydrogen sulfides that are the off gassing from all these, things that are burning in your house.
And that's why you guys wear that
Yeah.
with the tank,
Yeah.
correct?
Mm-hmm.
To keep you protected from sucking up all that shit.
Right. We're breathing clean air.
Yep.
Right. But every fire you go into, do you wear that?
You have to. Yeah.
You have to.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, again, because it's not just because you can't. You have all these bad chemicals you don't want
Right.
to be breathing and all that.
Right.
stuff.
Even a pan on the stove,
Yeah.
pan on the stove overheating with nothing in it. That Teflon, it's
Straight chemical.
It could be clear as day, and you go in there and you can't take 2 breaths.
because of the Teflon.
Yeah. Like all these chemicals.
So
Yeah.
like you said, the $1,200. I like the one. No, 1,200 degrees on the floor.
No. The closer you get to the floor, the cooler it's gonna
Okay,
be.
but
Yeah.
what?
I was just throwing out a number. How fire's hot.
Right.
When
Yeah.
it came to 1,200, but
So you always want to stay low. Okay,
Right.
I get
It's
it.
going to be cooler down there. It still might be, unbearable, but
Right.
it's going to be way better than standing up. And the air is going to be a little bit cleaner.
All right, so now I got to ask this too. You talked about the movie Backdraft. I watched it a bunch of times too, and I know you watched it a bunch of times. And that's based on opening up the door like a backdraft. Explain to everybody what a backdraft is, because I
didn't know we needed to study, Bill, before this.
so it's a lack of oxygen essentially. Because you've got your triangle. You've got heat, oxygen in your
Yeah.
Chemical chain reaction or
Yeah.
combustion.
So anyways, when they opened the door, it sucked all the air in and exploded. You gave them the missing part of that triangle, which was oxygen, when you opened the door.
So when you open the door, it's basically an explosion
Yeah.
because it's lacking oxygen in
Right.
that room.
Super hot,
Yeah,
but it's already ate up all the oxygen. But it's,
needs to eat something.
yes, it's ready to go.
When it gets oxygen, it's so you're better off just leaving the fucking door closed. Correct?
Yeah, you're supposed to sleep with all your doors closed, right? Because even a cheap door will hold back some smoke and
Yeah.
a little bit of fire.
You're really
enough-
supposed to sleep with all your doors
Oh,
closed?
yeah.
Your doors closed.
Close
absolutely.
before you doze.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See, we're gonna have to go over all this
Yeah.
stuff. We'll start
I
with
mean,
stop, drop, and roll for
yeah.
you.
Well, I'm not a fucking fireman, all right? I'm
I mean,
hiring
you-
fishermen.
You could have everything decimated, your living room, your kitchen, this and that, and then you see a black door. You open up that door
Yeah.
to the bedroom,
And it looks like nothing happened.
got touched.
I have,
So I
I
gotta
have a
put-
good picture of that from an
Yeah.
apartment we had. I'll show you.
I got to put
My
doors
kids
around my trophy
hated
room then.
me when they were a little younger because I said they wanted to keep their door open. I said no, absolutely not. I close the door every night.
Yeah, my kids do. I don't. I leave it open. They want more air, but I don't know. Or I listen to the wife bitch about it being fucking hot. But it's a good thing to know. I never knew that.
Yeah.
But doesn't that suck for your air conditioning, though?
No, not if you got the right, the right system.
Oh, are we going into the HVAC business now? Or
No,
are we
I
gonna
don't-
start talking about that now? Or what?
No, what I know about HVAC and construction, you could put in a pumpkin seed, but
No, but we got some plan coming up beside the firefighting business? We're going to what?
Sup?
No,
Bear.
solitaire.
Solitaire for bear.
3 guesses is always good.
Yeah.
We tried to get this guy to
started
go,
with an
but
S.
why? We wanted to get Og a bear. Come on. Og's too busy playing
You said
football.
2028 we'll get Auga Bear.
All right, yeah, I
We
know.
got 2 years.
He's too busy playing football and beating people up, whatever, on the football field. But that's all right. Him and George will take care of it. So,
2028 we're getting a bear.
but we got 2027 coming up.
Where are we going? Oh, we're going to Confusion.
No, we're not
27.
going
No?
to Confusion. No. It's a different lake that we've never been to.
Oh, okay.
We just can't talk about it.
All right.
The one with the muskies and the lake trout and the walleye.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll
Real
tell you
smart.
guys next year.
But Rakovic's going with us on the bear hunt. I didn't tell you that.
Awesome.
So, yeah. So we got 6 of us. So we'll be filming and doing some stuff for the next adventure, whatever. I'll leave it at that. But so is there anything else you guys want to talk about or say or anything about your career? Or I mean, how many years you guys got left? What do you got left until retirement? And do you really want to retire? I mean, obviously everybody wants to retire, but you guys actually get a good pension and you could do other stuff. But how many more years you got left?
I could go in 6,
Yeah.
but my kids are too young, and
Yeah.
16 maybe. I don't know.
16? How old are you?
Old enough.
Okay. You're younger than him, aren't you? Or you guys are the same age.
Probably pretty. I think
You're,
we're
you're
pretty
younger
close.
than me, aren't you?
I think maybe.
How old
You
are
and Rakovic are the same age.
Yeah.
So you're a year older, aren't you?
I'll be
I'm-
42 this year.
I'll be 42 in October.
Yeah.
So I'll be 42.
Yeah, you're all the
So
same
we're-
age.
Same
Yeah,
year.
yeah,
But
yeah.
These are all city miles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure does look like it. At least from the hairway.
Well, that's how I met Danny Jr. We go to the same bar.
I get it from Dad.
Yeah, you do. You don't have a choice on that.
I'm done about ideally I'd like to be done at 7.
7?
7 more.
Really?
Yep.
Then what are you going to do with yourself?
Continue to work. Continue to
Yeah.
build construction.
Yeah.
Keep moving on with that business. It's like I said, we have
Yeah, you guys
two-thirds
have-
of the year to do something else.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
doing construction I'll secure my my pension and set that aside and then just keep building and
So, my last question. What would you say to any young kid that was thinking about being a firefighter?
do it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We got to be all in,
Yeah?
right? What did your dad say all the time?
Be a full-timer, not a part-timer.
Right.
Yep.
Right. And we're not talking about the department. We're talking about your,
What you do in life.
right.
Yeah.
No matter what you do. My dad used to say, my dad said, if you shovel horse shit at the racetrack, you better be the best guy they ever seen shovel horse shit.
Yep.
Like, you got to be all in.
Yep.
Very rewarding.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. Well, you guys got, I have to say, one of the bravest jobs in the country, and you guys deserve what you get, and I think you should get paid more, and I will say that again,
I
but
think so too.
no, I give you guys a lot of credit. I really do.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you guys for what you do. I have to say that. Cheers to both of you.
I'm
I have to say
I'm empty.
I have to say thank you for being on the podcast.
Thanks.
Thank you
having
for
us.
being my family, and check out another Hunting for Glory podcast coming to you soon. Thank you.